No pun
I
intended. Like, I think he's gone. Like, I think Glenn's a guy to give chances, but I I don't know if he's going to even have the opportunity to prove himself here because like he should be gone.
he probably should. I mean, a lot of conversations between Tom, Colin, I'm sorry, Colin, Gary, and Glenn this episode,
Yeah.
where they're like, yeah, we don't trust this guy. It's messing up left and right. And he like it's a simple thing, like, hey, if the anchor starts dragging, that's your job on Night Watch. You gotta
Yep.
let somebody know.
Yep.
And he can't even own up to it. I feel like he was trying to there with Glenn. And yeah, I kind of expected Glenn to be like, all right, yeah, we'll put it behind us. Nope.
Yep.
You're
No.
right. I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Because this crew's too small to have a weak link because it's smaller than Legacy and it's smaller than Med. So
Yeah.
like you can't really have a weak link. So um,
You can't
we'll
you can't just be the shammy person.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get paid too much for that. Sean, one more point though. There was a good point where Colin and Daisy were just like in this like I don't know, like little like computer room or something or engine room, and they're just like astonished that the like girls are fighting over Gary again. You know what I mean? This happened season 2, 2 girls fighting over Gary. Season 3, I mean, essentially, like we're probably get to that point. Like I'm not going to say Gabby's like fighting over Gary, but there's a struggle for Gary's attention.
She she was using Gary to spite Ashley. Whatever, Gary's involved.
Yeah,
Gary's
exactly.
Gary's hooking up with another attractive girl.
Yeah, he's in the middle of something. All right, Sean, let's get into it. Who'd you have win in the episode?
Oh, slam dunk, man. It was Gary. Like as we were just talking about, every girl wants him. Maybe
Yeah.
what if Kelsey has a huge crush on him? We just have no idea because they refuse to give ever any camera time.
Goes 4 for 4.
He could. I would not put it past him. But yeah, he's made out with 3 girls on board. He was the life of the party. And this is a very basic answer, but that's to be that guy is pretty cool. Some
Yeah.
guys are that guy in high school or in college or, maybe just for one night or, one good summer or maybe never once in their life. And Gary, even more than last season, he's that guy. Like that's good for him. John, did you pick Gary as well?
I knew you were gonna pick Gary, so I went with Gabriella.
Okay.
So
No, good choice.
I thought she had a strong episode. She performed a successful power move by getting Gary's attention. That is, spiting Ashley. For whatever reason she's doing it, she's spiting Ashley in the process. So it's good on her. She also, like, when she has those conversations with Ashley, she's not just like, oh yeah, we can work together. She's like, yeah, you have to respect me. I'm your boss.
Yeah.
I'm Stu number 2. You're Stu number 3. You have to respect me. And she slept through the whole boating incident. So I thought that was really funny. And I oddly respect heavy sleepers. So Gabby got it for me, man. I just thought she had a really good episode.
I like that. She also power moves Ashley by like being more mature in a weird way, right? Like,
yes.
Or like Gary's fallen over her, not the other way around, where Ashley's fallen over Gary. Yeah,
There's a power, man. There's a power there.
I think a younger girl like Ashley who thinks she's very mature, that's going to eat at her a lot. Yeah. Yep. I'm excited to see what comes next between Ashley and Gabby. Actually, John, who'd you have losing it? I mean, Sean, it's Tom.
Yeah, it's Tom. It's like, what are we doing here? It's Tom lost it. He had a terrible episode start to finish. Not only were his deck skills awful, but his social skills were just as bad. If this guy lasts one more episode, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, you can't. Look, you took L's all day, right? It's like nonstop. And then, Ashley's like all over Gary and you're just in the corner watching. Like, is the guy like a masochist? Like what's going on there? Yeah. And I mean, yeah, he kept getting himself more and more angry. and then he tries to have a little redemption the next day, and Ashley won't give him anything, and neither will Glenn. It's even like, yeah, like I said, like John Luke or Parker from Sailing Yacht season 1. I mean, Parker left on his own. Glenn didn't even want to fire him.
Yeah.
And John Luke was never in danger of getting fired, I don't think.
No, I think Gary just didn't like him.
Yeah. Like Glenn doesn't want to fire people. He's not like Captain Sandy. And
Right.
Tom's in very real danger of getting fired.
Yeah, it really could be a first for Glenn.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's not gonna be great. All right, Sean. So let's go into our March Madness bracket. So, as everybody knows from last week, we took the 16 episodes of Below Deck between all the franchises, put it into a bracket, and over the last week, everyone's voted on Twitter. So, Sean, I think we had a pretty good turnout.
I agree.
The voting, now this was the rounds where I think it was easiest to determine who the winners were going to be, but we did have one seed, and nice job seeding them, Sean, because the seeds worked out like people thought. So this is round 2. So we're getting into round 2. So starting, Sean, what do we say, tonight, tomorrow?
Yeah, tonight.
People are going to be able to vote. And can we make the Twitter poll a week? Is that something we can do, or is
Absolutely.
it 24 hours?
Absolutely.
All right. So the Twitter poll is going to be a week. So if we do it now, it'll be done by the time we record for next week's episode. And so, Sean, let's go through that. And by the way, as I mentioned at the top, Twitter, our handle is overboard_pod to do the voting. To look at the bracket, you got to go to checkingpoints.com, and it's the first article that pops up on the it's the first article you see. We're going to tweet that out too. So just go to our Twitter, everything will be there. Now, Sean, let's go through it. I'm gonna list them out, and you're just gonna kind of give me your reasons why you think they went there.
Okay.
So I don't even think we have to do this. Sailing, we did the 1 seed, Sailing season 2 versus Sailing season 1. This was a no-brainer. Season 2 was one of the best seasons of all time. Season 1, they didn't really know what they were doing. Anything else to add?
Not a shock whatsoever. Just Adam and Jenna from Sailing Yacht season 1. I just like universal hatred across the board from all fans. So,
oh yeah. In the same region, the 4 versus 5 seed. So we had Med season 1 versus Med season 3. Now, Sean, here was our upset. Med season 3 came out on top. So the 5 seeds advancing. What do you think the listeners were thinking about a little bit more here to get the upset?
I think a couple things with Med season 1. I think the first mate, Brian, I think people found him a little toxic. He did not respect women very much.
Yep.
And I think there maybe was a little bit too much Danny, who started the show, but I think people maybe grew tired of him. And Ned season 3, I think people like really like Colin and Zhao.
Yeah.
I think
that makes sense. I think it's a stronger cast, and I think they knew what they were doing at that time.
Yeah, the stronger overall cast where Ned season 1 really relied on Danny. I mean, he had Ben and Hannah too. That was a close matchup, but I think Med season 3, the overall cast, I think just endeared people a little bit more.
Sure. All right. So on that same side, so we've got Med season 2 taking out Med season 6. So Sean, why did the people vote on Med season 2?
So Med season 6 was our most recent season, which you love Lloyd and Z and the fellas, but some of the drama was a little toxic. And Med season 2, just the ultimate love triangle of Malia, Adam, and Wes. It was one for the ages. And then Hannah sleeping with the that primary guest. Just a really strong season.
Yeah. And then on the bottom end of that bracket, so Med season 4 taking out Med season 5. So I don't think this was a shock to anyone. Med season 4 is, I think, known as one of the best Med seasons, if not the best.
Yeah, I think I feel like has probably the most likable overall cast with like Aisha, Jack, and Travis. And then Med season 5, that was a maritime law season. That's where people turn on Malia and Sandy. So that didn't shock me, even though highest rated season ever is Med season 5.
Yeah. So but Med season 5 out the door. So so Sean, so we're gonna have Sailing Yacht season 2 versus Med season 3. That's gonna be a Twitter poll this week. So everyone please vote. and then Med season 2 versus Med season 4.
I Med season 2 versus Med season 4. That's gonna be a nail biter.
Yeah.
I'm partial to Med season 2, but not a lot of people don't like Malia anymore or Adam, and I feel like the Med season 4 cast is pretty like overall good, like approval
Yeah. That
from
makes
like
sense.
from the fans. So that'll be a really interesting one.
Yeah. So Sean, let's go to the other side. So this is Below Deck Legacy. So we had season 3 taking out season 7.
Season 3 with Rocky against the Brew Crew.
Yep.
No chance. Everyone hates the Brew Crew season. So
yep, exactly. And then we have season 2 versus season 8.
So season 8 is a good one, but look, that ended very quickly, or
that was
prematurely because of COVID.
Yeah, with who was the Chiefs do that year?
Oh, that we always called her by her nickname.
Oh,
is Elizabeth was the second stew.
Yeah.
The third stew is a really good looking blonde girl. Francesca.
Francesca, yeah.
What was the blonde girl's name? Aisling.
Aisling, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't dislike that season, but I don't think people want to relive the early days of COVID anymore.
Yeah.
And I mean, Bullet season 2, you got Eddie and Ben. It was a solid season. You got Kelly.
It really was, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think candidly, a little bit too much accents in season 8. like Aisling and Ches, just like Aisling, like what I mean, they're both beautiful voices, beautiful women, but just like combined, it was just tough to listen to.
Oh man.
After a while. I know it's a hot take, but
shout out to all of our listeners in Australia and New Zealand. We do love you, but
yeah.
I know what you're saying. I like when there is a mix of like 3 different accents.
Exactly, right. So
you want the British Isles involved or South Africa or yeah.
Exactly. And then we've got season 4 versus season 5. So I thought this one was gonna be pretty tight, and I think maybe it was, but season 4 won.
Yeah. So season 4 was a good one. That's when Kelly was the bosun, and he's basically like Tom all season.
Yeah,
he's the bosun, and and that beats that was a very good season that defeats season 5, where the main plot point was Nico versus EJ.
Yeah,
versus whose deck it was, which is a really sad like fight between.
Is that a classic lead deckhand debacle?
Well, so Nico is the lead deckhand. They don't have a bosun.
Yeah.
But then Kevin brings on a bosun mid-season, and it's this EJ guy from Canada who's like the corniest guy in the world, but he's also Nico's boss. It was maybe a duller season. So season 4 definitely deserved to win.
All right, there we go. And then the last one, we've got season 6 versus season 9.
Yeah. Hey, season 9, I think towards the end, the Heather and Raina stuff.
Oh, get me out of here.
That was a no thank you. And season 6, that's when Ashton was thrown overboard. So that's gonna be hard to beat next round. Should we get into those matchups?
Yeah, so it's gonna be Below Deck season 3 versus 2.
So that's gonna be a tight one, because Ben's on all of Below Deck season 2.
Right.
He's only at the end of season 3.
Right.
But then again, season 3, you got Rocky, you got a lot of action in a lot of different places. So you got like 4 people being fired or quitting. So I think Below Deck season 3 might be the overall favorite for the entire thing right now.
Yep.
But we'll see. We got some interesting matchups.
Yeah, I'll say I remember when the pizza catches fire or whatever they're cooking catches fire. Like that's like one of my favorite episodes, and nothing happens. An entire episode. And then the other one is season 4 versus season 6. Sounds like season 6 might be a little favorite coming out of here. No,
I would say so. And season 4 has been the entire time too, but I mean, Ashton's thrown overboard.
Yep.
And so also Below Deck season 6, a lot also happens because people really like Josiah. So you got